This morning. Good morning. Hope we're all well. I'm a little bit late. I'll hold my hands up. I've had my head buried into Worth the Calories on tour editing. And I just couldn't leave it. I had to try and finish it off because I've edited a video and then I've uploaded it to YouTube and it's copyrighted. And I don't know why I didn't ask him to move. So I went to Nando's yesterday and I've done my first Worth the Calories. Good morning, TikTok. Good morning, YouTube. Good morning, Facebook, by the way. It is Thursday, the 6th of November. Hope you're all good. So, yeah, I went to Nando's yesterday. I'm going straight in. I'm going to tell you. And I tried the new Peri Mac wrap from Nando's. And I went in there and first thing, and I think I was concentrating so much on doing the video. It's my first episode. And they sat me right under a speaker. And I'm like, oh, that's fine, because I'm mic'd up. And when you're mic'd up, you can hear me clear as day, and I'm under a speaker. And I was listening to the music. So, like, if you do a YouTube video and it's got copyrighted music on it, you can't monetize it, right? You can't monetize it. Anyway, so I'm sat right on the speaker and it was quite loud, but I'm like, I'm mic'd up, it's fine. I never even thought, and I just thought it's Nando's music, and it didn't sound like, it was nothing I'd heard of. It's obviously like some, Portuguese style music. So it's nothing I'd heard of. I was like, I'll be all right. Anyway, obviously, it is something that is copyrighted because it's coming up. Anyway, I'm trying to edit it this morning where I think you've got 10 seconds. So if it's 10 seconds or less of playing like a recognized song, the copyright doesn't pick it up. So bits where I'm like eating or quieter bits where I'm not talking over I think if I'm talking over the music, it'll cancel the copyright because it's me talking. So it shouldn't be. I don't know. I have no idea. If anyone's an expert on YouTube, if I can't monetize the video, it's fine. It just is what it is. I don't earn loads of money from YouTube anyway, but it's always a nice little bonus to get a few quid from each video. Anyway, I've tried in my video editor to numb the background noise a little bit, and then I've tried to edit any sections where it's 10 seconds or over. I've tried to do no more than 5 seconds where I'm not actually talking. I'll upload it again, see where we get to. If anyone's got any tips on how to reduce or remove like background noise from a video, let me know. That would be amazing. I'm all right at video editing, but I just use InShot on my phone. I absolutely love it. I loved it. I've used it from day dot. I've used it from day dot. InShot, and it's basic, but it does what I need, and I know how to use it inside out. So and I know there's much better video editing software out there that maybe I should get into a little bit, but I can't be bothered, if I'm being honest with you. So, but anyway, yeah, there we go. That's why I'm late this morning. When I get my head stuck into something, oh, Betty, you're such a prat. Why is it every live I come to, she comes to the back door wanting to go out? I'll see if she beats on the door. If she does, I'll have to get up and let her out. I should have left the door open because it's cold this morning, but it's dry. Anyway, let's do top 5 on let's do a top 5 on TikTok. Peter P. Good morning, mate. You're in at number 1. Kelly C's in at number 2. Mama Bear's in at number 3. Callum's in at number 4. And number 5 this morning is Jackie. Good morning, guys. Thank you very much for jumping straight on the live and coming and saying hello. Anna, good morning. Good morning. It's a bit cold today, Stefan. It is. It's a bit fresh, but how warm was it yesterday? I don't know what it was like where you were. I was driving back from having my Nando's wrap at about 2:30 yesterday afternoon, and the car twitched to 17 degrees. It's the 5th of November. Why is it 17 degrees? And it's meant to be the same. It's meant to be like 15, 16 today. Always going to be fresh in the morning, isn't it? But the weather is meant to be all right for the next few days, so I'm taking it. Morning, nearly another week done. Absolutely, them weeks are ticking off. It's Thursday. How have we got to Thursday already? Honestly, it comes around really, really quick. Morning, Leanne. Morning, Chris. I'm very well. Could you do a voiceover, mute the whole video, then just talk over it? Yeah, I could do, but it would ruin the video. It would. I'd rather sacrifice, because I honestly, when I say I don't make a lot of money from YouTube, I genuinely don't make a lot of money from YouTube. Like between £2 and £10 a video that I put on. Which, don't get me wrong, it adds up, and over the space of a month, it's a few, you know, it adds up. But like, you get on YouTube, I get about £7 for 1,000 views. I get about £7 for 1,000 views. So, and I've only got a small channel. So yeah, even if that video got 600-700 views, it's a fiver. Right. So I'm not going to ruin the video for the sake of a fiver. It's just frustrating. It is just frustrating. That's all, because, you know, and it's just a learning curve. I need to, you know, if I'm going into a restaurant and there's music playing in the background, I should, and I don't know why I didn't just say it, because it was empty. There was literally me, another guy, and there was 3 tables in. It was empty. So I literally don't know why I just didn't say it. And I knew I was sat under a speaker. I didn't know, say, can I go sit over there where there's no speakers, just because I'm recording? And the girl, even when I had my camera, and I even said, I'm going to be recording. Is that all right? She was like, yeah, fine. Not. And she was actually like, what are you recording? I was like, oh, it's a YouTube video. Oh, and she followed me on YouTube. Can I watch it? I was like, yeah, if you want, you do what you want. So she actually went and subscribed. And I should have just said to her, I can't, the speaker will pick up on my thing. Can I go and sit, like, oh, where there's no music? And they would have done that. And I don't know why I didn't do that. Anyway, it's quite nice music, to be fair. I think I have a little dance at some point in the video. But yeah, so it just is what it is. Hi, boss, of that coat. Thank you, Angela. I always get a few comments when I wear this jacket. It's a really, really nice jacket. I really like the On Running brand. I've got a few of their bits now. And yeah, the quality is absolutely ace. It's stupidly expensive. And I only ever buy something that's on sale. So I did get this. This was off price. The black one was full price. The green one, and I love a bit of green, it was off price. Still flipping expensive at half price, but yes, I only ever buy stuff that's on sale. So anyway, there we go. Anyway, Tesco likes to stock up on sugar-free pop. It's my best friend to lose weight. Very good, Stefan. Glad you're enjoying it. I do love a sugar. Yeah, absolutely. I always have at least 1 or 2 cans of Coke. Well, the cans we've got at the moment is Iron Brew Extra, which is just it's in my top 3. It's in my top 3 of sugar-free drinks. Iron Brew Extra, the orange from Aldi, and probably like, I always flip between Pepsi Max and Coke Zero. Whenever Coke Zero, I'm like, yeah, this is better than Pepsi Max. And whenever Pepsi Max, like, no, this is better, I'm going to go Pepsi Max. Iron Brew Extra, the orange from Aldi, Pepsi Max. Absolutely. And the Pepsi Max caffeine-free is better than standard Pepsi Max. Don't ask me why. Don't ask me why. It just is. Let me scan up as my things shut down. Me chat boxing. Mr. John Jackson, good morning. Michelle's in, good morning. Oh, that's it. That's all the comments I think I've got through. 11,038 calories currently banked for the weekend. Oh, we love that. Paula is on her tracking this week. Excellent. Betty's just staring at me. What do you want, Betty? What can I do you for? She had a terrible night last night, bless her. Bonfire night. Honestly, Blossom's just like, what's all the fuss about? Who cares? She was out in the garden having a sniff and a wee, and there was fireworks going off over the back. Not a care in the world, which is ace, and I'm well happy about that. Right, and she's such a scatty dog, Blossom, as well. She's like proper, like flipping heck. A car door goes off from 500 yards away, and she's like, and then flipping, yeah, you. I'm talking about you, Mrs. And then she's staring at me now. And then what? Okay, she's probably giving me evils. Look, I can't show you on Facebook, YouTube, but look. What? Yeah, I'm talking about you. Yeah, you. So and you can see, and there's Betty over there just staring at me. She's like, Dad, I want to go out. God, when you put my camera on, my windows are minging. They need cleaning. Don't look at my windows. Anyway, I'm gonna have to get up in a minute and go and let Betty out. She starts rattling on the door. But anyway, yeah, Blossom, she's such a scatty dog. Honestly, a leaf hits the house and it's like 20 dragons are attacking it. And yesterday, there's fireworks going off left, right, and centre. And obviously, like some gardens right by us doing some, giving it licks. Betty, bless her, she just shakes. You can see the fear in her eyes, and it's heartbreaking. It really, really is. Dan Jeffries, morning, mate. Good morning, mate. To you too. I love the Bart cans. Got loads of different flavors, all sugar free. Where do you get them from, Pete? I know Bart, like Dingy. They always remind me like Barker when you go to like a proper good news agents. Does anyone love getting me and mates? We've got one stop in Wesson, right? And like we've got like a Co-op S shop up in the next village. It's just average. Co-op in Wesson is just like it has about 1 million different cans. It has all the crisps, like the £1 bag of Skips or Space Raiders or Knick Knacks. It's got all of those in there. It's got all different random chocolate bars and stuff. It's just a class shop for going and raiding for a few snacks. And that has all the bar cans in there. Because I love they do a shandy and it's absolutely ace. I love it. Absolutely love it. Usually about $8.99 for 24 cans. Yeah, they might sell them at Iceland. Iceland's our go-to. We don't go to Iceland for cans. They do 3 packs of 24 for 26 quid. And pop just needs to be drunk out of a can. It really, really does. Irn-Bru Extra, I like out of a 2-litre bottle because I like it when it goes flat. I like it when it's a bit flatter, Irn-Bru Extra. It tastes better again. But most of the time, pop needs to be drunk out of a can. I know it's not the most cost-effective way to drink it. But yeah, Iceland do 20, so you get what? 24, 48, 58, 68. Yeah, 72 cans for 26 quid. What's that work out at? 30p a can, is it? I might be way off. I'm going to have to work it out. Don't ask me why. 36. I wasn't far off, was that? 36p a can. I'm all right with that. That's all right. If I had 4 kids, I probably would stick to 2-litre bottles, but I haven't, so I'm all good. Anyway, there we go. Peter, Amazon. Do you know what? I've never even thought about looking at Amazon. That's a great shout. I actually get quite a few cans and stuff off TikTok shop. Is it Bargain Grabs? It's called. Great shop for cheap energy drinks, cans of pop. Really, really good. And if you spend 22 quid with them, even if you're ordering can, it's free postage. So Bar Cans 24 pack. I'm on it. I'm on Amazon. I'm on it. Oh, we got one here. I don't know if it's free postage. I don't know if it's covered under Prime or not. Limeade, 0 sugar, £6.50. It's probably not free delivery. I don't know. Just the lemonade, £7.50. Pineapple, just the one that I like, the bloody shandy. Yeah, is £19.54. It's probably because they don't do it anymore. Do you know what? They've got Irn-Bru Extra on Amazon, £6.50. That can't be that can't be under Prime. There's got to be postage on top of that. There has to be for £6.50. Why have I never looked at Amazon before? I'm not even signed in. Let me sign in. Pete's changed my life here. Never even thought of looking at Amazon. I don't know why I'd buy flipping egg. If I don't get an Amazon delivery in a day, there's something going on. Text message. Come on. Come on. Oh, Benny won't let me look. Oh, it has done. Sometimes you have to go into actual messages, don't you? Now it's gone down to £5.85. Can't be free delivery, though. Free delivery tomorrow. 24 cans for £5.85. That is, I think that's if you subscribe and save. I'm all right with that because I love the stuff. I get a pack a month. That's absolutely belting. That is absolutely belting. 24 cans. How much is that a can? £24p a can. All over it. I'm ordering that as soon as we finish the live. There we go. There we go. Look at Amazon. Peter P, the shopping guru. Don't let every delivery. I know, Mr. John Jackson. Well, to be fair, don't let Royal Mail. I've had 2 protein boxes this month. One has been half eaten. Well, it wasn't. I think 1 bar was half eaten, which I've put a claim in with Royal Mail for. And then Mr. John Jackson's box, he's got an email from every. Your box is damaged beyond deliverability or something. Like, what have they done to it? Like, I put these boxes now in a cardboard box, which I seal up, and then put them in a mailing bag as well, which I seal up. So what have they done? Chucked it through a combine harvester or something? Like, how is it that, like, I get that they might, and there's nothing really in there. I mean, to be fair, there were a few packets of stuff in there this month. So, you know, whether they've popped and gone everywhere and the bag's split, I have no idea. There are 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 5 in transit, which will be delivered, hopefully. It doesn't say out for delivery, hopefully tomorrow. Yours, to be fair, John, still says in transit. So let me actually click on your order and see what it says direct on your order. We need you to take action. We're sorry your parcel has been damaged beyond repair in transit. Please contact your sender. Contact us. How can we help? Chat. Start a chat. It's so frustrating. There is a phone number. I'll ring him. It is so frustrating with where the because the chat is just like an automated one and it just never. Anyway, because they've issued that, I assume it should be quite straightforward. John, I'll sort you out, mate. I know you said don't send another one this month. I can't. They're sold out. I haven't got one to send you this month, but you won't pay you obviously for your December box. So it will be all good. I think I lost the whole of my protein box this month to Liam. Gone. Some good products in this month's box as well. Sorry to rub it in, John, that you didn't get it. There are some good products. Mixed it up a bit this month. Mixed it up a bit. There was quite a few snacks in there this month, like savoury snacks. Anyway, so excited for my new Apple Watch. Turns up today. I smashed mine after 8 years in the airport on my return from holiday. It's amazing how much I actually use it for my movement. Hey, if your last Apple Watch lasted you 8 years, you definitely deserve a new one. I want the Ultra. I keep umming and ahhing. I was going to buy one, actually. I was just going to get it off Apple. I thought you'd be able to do like a bit like my phone. But I always buy my phones off Apple. And I just get it on 24-month interest free. It's like 40 quid a month, something like that. Actually, it was 45 quid a month, but then I got £350 back for my old phone. So it should have been 60 quid a month for my phone. So, and then when it's 2 years up and it's paid for, I kind of keep it another year. I normally get a new phone every 3 years. I'm on the 16 now. So my next iPhone, we've got 17. They'll do 18. I'll probably get 19. Might push it to 20. I'll see where we get to. We'll see where we get to. But my Apple Watch, I think I'm on a 7. I don't know when the 7 came out. We're on an 11 now, aren't we? So 5 years. So I probably got it. Did I get it 2020, 2021? Doesn't seem that old, really. And do you know what? I keep umming and ahhing about getting a new one, but it still does everything I want it to do. It doesn't, so unless it starts where I get to the point where the battery doesn't last for the day through software upgrades. I know there's always this hoo-ha with Apple that they slow your watch down to make you buy a new one. They don't. They release brand new software all the time. That new software takes lots more power, which is why they upgrade the chips with new phones. So if you're using new software in old products, they have to try and slow it down to try and keep the battery life. Basically, they have to do it. Otherwise, because I downloaded the brand new Apple watch update and it was wiping my battery out in like 6 hours. But it had things like decibel warning activated, constant heart rate monitoring activated, which I know is important, but it was just, and I've turned all those things off and now the battery lasts a full day again. So, but I do want an Ultra. And I was like, Ultra's like 750 quid. I was like, if I get it 24 months interest free from Apple, I'll get one. What's that work out? Less than like £15 a month. I don't think you can. I'm going to have a look properly on the website. I just had a quick look on the App Store, on the Apple Store. But if I can, £15 a month interest free, I'm going to get the Ultra because I do use it. I love it. It's never off my wrist. It's never off my wrist. If I go to a wedding, I've got this on. If I go out for a night, I've got this on. If I go to the gym, I've got it on. It's just a watch that I wear all the time. And I've actually bought like one of these sports bands for it. I have got a chunky band to protect it, but I don't know why I took that chunky. It kept nipping my skin. So I bought one of these. I don't know if it's because I've lost a bit of weight and I've got a bit of loose skin on my wrist or something, but yeah, it kept nipping my skin. I've lost 4.5 stone since February. Last stone a lot slower. Any advice? Yeah, I've talked about this loads recently. Why is the last stone the hardest? Do you know what? I think the main reason, there's a few reasons actually. I don't know if it's a main reason, but I think a big contributing factor is your goal weight isn't your goal weight. I think people sometimes set unachievable goal weights, right? So, a lot of people, and basically, you've lost 4.5 stone. Like, what's the difference between 4.5 and 5.5, other than a number on a set of scales? Yeah, well, I just want to see that number on the scales. Yeah, exactly. Well, that's not a big driver for weight loss. The big driver for weight loss is feeling happier, feeling healthier, feeling better in clothes. And you're probably at that point now. You're probably like, I love the jeans I'm wearing. I love the tops I'm buying, right? So I'm happy. So when you're actually happy, then to drive yourself on to do that extra bit of weight loss is hard, because what are you actually doing it for? A random number on a set of scales isn't a big motivator. It genuinely isn't. I think another reason, which we've discussed a lot recently, why a lot of people find the last stone the hardest, is fear. They're scared of getting to maintenance because they don't know anything other than weight loss. So it's like, when I get, my goal is 140 pounds, right? What do I do now? My whole life has been consumed by weight loss for the last 15, 20 years. Once I get to my goal, what am I going to consume my life with? You're going to consume your life with weight maintenance, because nothing changes. And I mean that. And you might be like, well, I don't want to lose weight. You don't need to lose weight for the rest of your life. But the habits you've built into your life to lose weight have to be with you for the rest of your life. And they do take some effort. As we go through time, they take less effort and should be more subconscious. But when you go from deficit calories to maintenance calories, right, you still need to track to make sure you're in a maintenance. Now, eventually, you might get to a point where you don't actually need to track calories. You'll still need to weigh your food, though. You still need to be in control of your portions, right? Because if you're like, no, I'll just, when I get to my goal weight, I'm not going to start tracking. I'm going to start guesstimating again. I'm not going to do my 10,000 steps anymore. I'm going to go back to doing 5,000. Well, you're just going to gain all your weight back, right? So don't think it's the end of the journey when you get to maintenance. It really isn't, right? There's no end to the journey. And again, I don't want you to think, well, I don't want to do this for the rest of my life. I'm sorry. But if you're susceptible to having weight issues, it's like, some people might not want to inject insulin for the rest of their life, but they're type 1 diabetic. They've got no choice, right? Some people might not want to work until they're 70, but they've got no choice. Like, I'm sorry, sometimes we've got to do things that we don't always want to do. I'm susceptible to weight gain. Just the way my DNA is made up is, if I don't stay in control of what I do, I will gain my weight back. And I don't want to do that. So the habits I built into my lifestyle will be with me for the rest of my life. And I've got to put some effort in. Like I say, is it more subconscious now? Tracking calories, eating protein, eating fiber, eating volume, hydration, getting my steps in, going to the gym, is all, learning to say, teaching my body that when I've eaten, I've had enough, even though I might not be stuffed. When I give myself more calories at the weekend, yes, I give myself an inch, but I don't take a mile. That needs to stay with me for the rest of my life. Because if it doesn't, I'll go back to being 37 stone. And that ain't happening. That ain't happening whatsoever, right? That really, really isn't happening whatsoever. So I'm sorry, you can't think. And if you're currently losing weight in a way that's not building these habits, you've got to change. You've got to change. If you're currently doing a weight, I always say this, whatever you're doing to lose weight now, you should be willing to do it for the rest of your life, right? And that's the approach, right? I'm not talking about eating low amounts of calories. I'm not talking about being you don't need to be in a calorie deficit for the rest of your life. You don't. Once you get to your weight goal, you'll then move to maintenance calories. So you won't lose weight, but you won't gain weight. It doesn't mean you're going to be in calorie maintenance for the rest of your life, because there's going to be periods of time where you gain some weight back. Christmas coming up, right? Everyone, I don't care who you are, right? I would say pretty much everyone at some point over Christmas gains some weight. Now, some people might just do Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, Boxing Day, where they're in a surplus, and then they might go straight back into a calorie deficit. But while you're in a surplus, you're gaining some body fat, right? And if they want to then put themselves straight back into a deficit on the 27th, and that's it, Christmas done and dusted, fair enough. But they've still gained some weight. And that weight that they'll have gained in 3 days, they'll lose by putting it. And people do. And most people don't. Most people attack Christmas where they just enjoy Christmas. And it finishes after New Year. So Christmas runs from just before Christmas to New Year. That's the way I do it. It's the way I've always done it throughout my weight loss journey. Have I been stricter over certain Christmases? 100%, than I am now. And that was nothing to do with where I was in my journey. It was just because I didn't quite understand how everything worked. And it's probably a little bit, I've got much better knowledge around weight loss and weight gain. I was working this out in my head the other day. So we all have a maintenance set of calories. And as long as you eat your calorie maintenance, you won't gain any body fat. You won't lose any body fat, but you won't gain any body fat. My calorie maintenance is 3,500. So I've got to eat more than 3,500 calories in a day before I even start gaining any body fat, right? And then this is a pound of body fat. This weighs 3,500 calories, right? So, I was thinking about this at Christmas. What would we have to eat to gain a pound of body fat above our maintenance? And it doesn't matter what your maintenance is. It doesn't matter if your maintenance is 2,000 calories or your maintenance is 4,000 calories, right? A pound of body fat is 3,500 calories. So if you're 10 stone and you eat 3,500 calories above your maintenance, you'll gain a pound of body fat. If you're 30 stone and you eat 3,500 calories above your maintenance, you'll gain a pound of body fat, right? So and this doesn't take into account the thermic effect of food, the amount of calories that we use through digestion. So the calories we actually eat, we don't absorb them all, right? We absorb the majority of it, but we don't absorb them all, right? So I'm not even taking that into account. So 3,500 calories, right? Celebrations. How many celebrations would you have to eat to gain a pound of body fat? All right, what we going for? Yeah. And the answer is, I'll just give you the answer, because some people are going to go 200, right? And anyone that guesses 200, they don't understand calories. You need to understand calories. Again, anyone that guesses 10 doesn't understand calories. Now, you might never have a calorie counted over Christmas before, but a celebration is 50 calories, right? Is 50 calories. So if we do 3,500, divided by 50, 70. So you would have to eat 70 celebrations, right, to gain 1 pound of body fat. Now, you might be like, well, I'll eat 70 celebrations over Christmas. Great. So you've gained 1 pound of body fat from eating celebrations. Right? 10 a day. What, over a week? Not a problem. You might sit there in one sitting and eat 70. You'll gain a pound of body fat. What about Baileys? Right? So the only acceptable measure of Baileys is half a pint. Right? That's the acceptable. Always drink responsibly, but that's the only acceptable measure. It's a half pint glass. Now, you do fill that up with ice. Right? So we're probably going to be at around, let's say, if you fill it with ice, 150 mil of Baileys, maybe a little bit more. So half a pint is 267 mil, right? So you fill it with ice. Let's say you're at 175, right? So 100 mil of Baileys is 400 calories. Right? I'm not telling this to panic yet, right? So let's a half pint glass filled with ice, Baileys, is going to be around about, let's say, 600 calories just for ease, right? So we've got 3,500 divided by 600. So you'd have to drink 6 big glasses of Baileys to gain 1 pound of body fat. Now, some of you might be sat there going, easy. It isn't. It isn't. I'm as greedy as anyone. I can eat most people under the table. And I'll set you a challenge on that. Trust me, you can't see, like, even me, I can eat more now than when I was 37 stone. I genuinely can, right? I don't, right? But in one sitting, like we went for a carvery on Sunday. It was huge. Right? I'm not going to say it wasn't. It was a mountain of food. There was loads of veg in there to bulk it out. So the things that are calorific, like I had 2 Yorkies, I only actually ate 1. 3 roast potatoes and a little blob of mash. Right, roast potatoes are obviously going to be fried, so I was quite controlled with that. But I had a massive carvery. Absolutely polished it off. No messing. Right, honestly, I can eat. I'm not a food challenge person. I'm nowhere near that, but I can eat. And last Christmas, so my Christmas cut-off last year was the 30 something. It was like the 22nd, 23rd, which is what it normally is, of December. And then I think I got back to it last year I think I might have actually finished a bit earlier last year because I did get back to it let me look at the dates. I think I got back to it I think I started tracking again on the 1st, but I wasn't bothered about calories on the 1st. So I tracked, but I wasn't bothered. And I think I ate 4,000 calories. All right. So I tracked and I think I ate 4,000 calories. Yeah. The 1st was a Wednesday. So I'm like, I'm halfway through a week. So normally I wait until the 1st Monday of Jan. But being the 6th, I was like, that's just a little bit too far for me. So I think I started tracking on the Wednesday and then I got straight back into it on the Thursday. And my Christmas cutoff last year was the 20th. So I went early because I knew. So I went the 20th. So did I track on the 20th? I can't remember. So let's say I did the 21st. So I did 1 week, 2. So I did 7, 8, 9, 10. I did 11 days, and that's perfect. I remember it now. So I did 11 days of eating whatever I wanted last year, right? 11 days of eating whatever I wanted last year. And I weighed myself on the, I actually weighed myself on the 1st and I gained 17 pounds, right? On the 1st. I was actually a bit poorly last year. That's it. I remember it now. I was actually a bit poorly last year and I swelled up like a balloon. So I weighed myself on New Year's Day and I think I was 17 pounds up. Right? Now that might be like, whoa, what? But I tracked on New Year's Day and I did eat more than I would do normally, but I think I ate about 3,000 calories. And then I weighed myself on the 2nd and I'd already lost 6 pounds. I was like 11.8 pounds. So I think that was more a true reflection of what my weight gain was from Christmas, right? So I ate and drank every day, loads of food, right? Every single day. I certainly drank probably alcohol pretty much every single day. Ate loads of food, certainly on the big days, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, Boxing Day. Yeah, through the roof. New Year's Eve, we went out in the afternoon, 6 or 7 pints, massive pizzas when we got in at like, we always betting with fireworks. We always get home for like 5:30 New Year's Eve, just shut the curtains, stay in, watch films, have like a buffet thing. So I was 11.8 pounds up. Straight back into my calorie deficit from the 2nd. A week on Friday, I weighed myself again and I was 2 pounds up. That's it. And that's me. And so trust me, you don't gain as much as you think. You might think, I can easily do that. Honestly, so there you go. And it's the same with like Mexico. Just been to Mexico. I had 11 days, not calorie counting, not tracking, just eating whatever I wanted, drinking every single day, eating loads of nice food. And I didn't actually weigh myself when I got back. I waited till my next check-in, which was actually 11 days. But I weighed myself 11 days after, and I was 3.8 pounds up. And I'm like, the deficit I've been in from being back would have lost 2.5. So I gained 6 pounds in 11 days, about £0.5 a day, right? Which means I was in a surplus of 1,750. And I had some days where I had my first beer at 10 in the morning because that's when the pool bar opened, right? And I was still having a few beers at 10 o'clock at night, 11 o'clock at night. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not on it. Like when you go out on a Friday night, it's just steady away, a couple of drinks here, go for a bit of food, a couple of Cokes. But, you know, all day eating and drinking. So we've got to stop with the fear. We have. That extra pound might be worth it for all those celebrations, especially the Maltesers. 100%. 100%. You should gain weight. There's certain times of the year where you should gain weight, even on a weight loss journey. And we've never had that mentality before. And, you know, that's the job of January. We get rid of it in January. It really is that simple, you know. What sort of stuff do you eat on a controlled day? For me, like, I always have two types of food. I have what I call everyday food, so foods that I can build into my everyday diet. And then I have treats, and treats will be things that I'd have every now and then. So a typical day's eating for me would be like a 400 to 500 calorie yogurt bowl for breakfast. And then lunch would be something like my deconstructed Chinese chicken curry. So chicken, broccoli, rice, curry sauce. Tea would be all different things: midweek roast, chicken fajitas. I don't know. I post what I eat every single day, right? If you follow me on Instagram and Facebook, I literally post loads of meal ideas on there, and I post my own food as well. I post my lunch, I'll post my tea. You know, I post so you can see what I eat on a controlled day. And don't get me wrong, that's subjective. The calories I eat is subjective to me. I get a lot of people that don't understand context. So they go, oh, I'd love to eat that, but it's too many calories. We'll just eat less of it. I mean that. It really is that simple. Like, so I might have, like, I'll have my deconstructed Chinese chicken curry. So half a pack of steamed rice from Aldi, 100 grams of tender stem broccoli, right? 200 grams of chicken breast, bit of seasoning on it, and 100 calories worth of Chinese curry sauce, and it works out like just under 600 calories. If your calorie allowance is I don't know, 500 calories for lunch, and no one should be eating less than 500 calories for lunch. If you want to, that's fine, but you should have 500 calories. Like, let's say you're on 1750 a day, and everyone can be on 1700. If you don't think you can eat 1750 calories a day and consistently lose good amounts of weight, then you've got three issues. Number one, your calories are wrong, right? Number two, your movement's rubbish. Number three, you don't need to lose weight, you just want to. Those will be the three tick boxes, right? Those will be the three tick boxes, yeah? So if your calories are 1750 a day, and you have 1500 Monday to Friday, and that's banks 250 Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, right? 1500 calories a day, 250 for your breakfast, 500 for your lunch, 500 for your tea, and then 250 for snacks, or to increase other meals. That's the way I coach, right? That's a calorie structure. So I give my clients every day calories for breakfast, calories for lunch, calories for tea, and then they have a snacks stroke extras pot. And they can use, and the snack stroke extras pot is, so I give them 500 calories for lunch. So let's say their lunch is 600 calories. They take that out of snacks and extras. So they'd have 250 for breakfast, 600 for lunch, 500 for tea, and then they've got 150 left over for some snacks and extras. And how would you break that down? 1,500 calories, 250, 250. Well, if you're going to break it down like that, 250 calories can be, my yogurt bowl's 500 calories. Have half of it, right? I have 30 grams of protein powder, right? I have 150 grams of Greek yogurt. Well, I have 100 grams of Greek yogurt and I have 15 grams of protein powder, right? I have 250 grams of fruit. I have 100. I have 125. I have 25 grams of granola. I have 15. Just reduce the portion sizes, right? When I make yogurt bowls at the weekend, I make mine 500 calories and I make Rachel's 325. That's her calorie structure, yeah. Lunch, you can, so 250 calorie yogurt bowl, 500 calories chicken and rice, whatever, 500 calorie cottage pie at tea time. And then at night time, you've got 250 calories left over. You could have 150 calorie protein pudding and Bag of Quavers, 80 calories. There you go. You've not even had 1,500 calories. You've had three good meals, a few snacks at night time. All good, Liam has now started checking what he has left in the evening before choosing his snacks. What a man. What a man. We're loving that, Paula. Absolutely loving it. Half the battle with Christmas is family constantly offering food and alcohol and buying edible gifts. Yeah, exactly. But it's not a battle. It's not a battle. The battle with Christmas is not having any guilt and enjoying yourself with friends and family, because that's what Christmas is all about. There's no battles over Christmas. You enjoy it. And that's the way I coach weight loss, right? There's certain times of the year where we just need to let the reins go a little bit, right? And no other weight loss plan has ever let you do that. Babs at Slimming World. No, you still sin your turkey. Has anyone ever tried to do a sin-free Christmas dinner, right? Honestly, I'm not a violent person. But if any Slimming World consultant ever tried to tell people how to do a sin-free dinner, I'd probably do some jail time for that, because that is absolute nonsense. Honestly, it's nonsense. So, yeah, the battle isn't friends, because friends and family, they should be offering you food, right? I'm not saying they should be offering you alcohol, but it's part of Christmas for a lot of cultures and a lot of people, right? And they should be buying you edible gifts. Lovely jubbly. Now, when we get to the end of Christmas, this is where we have to go, right, no, whatever you decide, whatever date you decide to restart Christmas, 5th of Jan for us, right, it's time to have a bit of a clear out, yeah? Give stuff away. Send it to a local food bank. If you've still got packs of chocolate and biscuits, send it to a local food bank, right? If you've still got that half-eaten tub of profiteroles in your fridge that's probably like a week out of date now, but you can't let go of it, chuck it in the bin, right? Once it's gone, it's gone. So honestly, there are no battles at Christmas. The battle is with this and just understanding I can't undo in a week what I've achieved in 2 months, 6 months, 12 months, right? I didn't get fat because of Christmas, right? I have a weight issue because of what I do most of the time, not what I do some of the time. Christmas, we do some of the time. Holidays, we do some of the time. If you took 10 days off from tracking at Christmas, right? 7 days off twice a year for all-inclusive holidays, right? That's 24 days, right? You then took your birthday off, your anniversaries off, and a couple of kids' birthdays off. You're still less than 10% of the year enjoying yourself, right? It's the other 90% that's important. I've had 40 days in a surplus in 2025. 40 days. I've not done maintenance weeks. This year. I've either been calorie deficit or calorie surplus. I've been one or the other, right? And we worked it out last week or the week before. Out of however we're like 315 days through the year or something like that already. So when we worked out, it was 315 days through the year. And I've had 40 of those in a calorie surplus, eating above my maintenance. So I've had 40 days this year gaining body fat, right? But I've had 275 days losing body fat. And the end outcome of that is, I'm 3 stone down. Now, if I'd not had 40 days gaining body fat, I could have been 5 stone down. But I'd rather have 40 days enjoying. I've had 5 holidays, 5 breaks. So I've had what I class as 3 holidays and then 2 decent breaks away this year, right? 2 all-inclusives, right? A week in Benidorm, which was basically an all-inclusive because it's that cheap over there. You just eat and drink what you want anyway, right? And I'm still 3 stone down. And that's because when my holiday ends, my weight loss restarts. Bang, straight back at it, right? Anyone on this live now, whatever you've done for 40 days, if you spent 275 days in a good calorie deficit on it, like I have, you'll be a lot lighter now than you were in January. Right? You will. Yeah. So it is a mental battle, But when I do go out, I plan what I'm going to eat before I go. Absolutely. And we should do the best we can. The best we can. And I don't mean that all the time. Right? I don't mean that all the time, but if you were, going, let's say you'll go I'll tell you now, I'm going out Saturday night, right? We're going to our local little Italian restaurant up in the next village, and I already know what I'm having. I'm literally going to get an anti-pasty thing to, pasty. I always call it anti-pasty. I'm not anti-pasties. I flipping love pasties. But antipasto, like you get the meats and the cheeses and this, that, and that. I absolutely love one of them. And I know they do one to a single one, but Andrew going with. I think he'll like a bit of that. So I might get the sharing one. So I'm going to have one of them, right? Single or thingy. We'll get a couple of garlic breads for the table. So I'll have a couple of pieces of that as well. And then I'm going to have salami pizza with sweet corn and red onion. It's my favourite pizza. I absolutely love it. So I'll have one of them. So I know already what I'm having, right? And that will be in my app. I can put it in my app now, right? It won't change. That is what I'm having. If I have less, I can take out, but I'll always plan. Now, sometimes we can't be as proactive as that. Sometimes planning food is more reactive. There's nothing wrong with being sat there. I nearly did it on it might have been tonight, actually. No, it wasn't. I might have been thinking of doing it tonight. I'm saying to Rach, let's just, because our local pub have got some ace, they're doing like some amazing deals during the weekend. It's November, pubs are dead, right? Everyone's gearing up for Christmas. So there's some amazing deals. And I said to Rach, we need to take advantage of that. I said, well, no, it's not. I'm not going to. I was thinking of doing it tonight, but then we're out this weekend. I think next weekend we've got nothing on. So I said, what we need to start doing is taking advantage of like that Thursday night, right? So we're both busy. We're both whatever. We'll just go out for a bit of tea. No washing up, no nothing. But then cook at the weekend when we've got more spare time. So basically have a higher calorie Thursday rather than a higher. And I always like a higher calorie weekend, but we're going to rein it in a little bit. So and we might end up doing that and end up doing it a bit spontaneous, like just so we'll go out for tea tonight, right? And we might not plan exactly. I think they've got like 30% off, 30% off every day, all day, apart from Saturday, Sunday. Right, apart from Saturday, Sunday, 30% off all day, every day, off your food, off your bill, off your entire bill. So even if you have a couple of drinks or something like that, we've got going on. Anyway, sometimes we do need to be a bit spontaneous, right? But most of the time, we do plan where we're eating. If we're going out on a Saturday night, we plan where we're going. Then we have a look at the menu. Then I decide what I'm going to eat. Then I'll put it in my app. And then I know how many calories I'm going to work with. Some people might think that's a bit obsessive. It isn't obsessive, right? It's, if I'm going out shopping to buy Rachel's Christmas presents, I know what money I've got to spend, right? I know what I'm going to buy and I know how much it's going to cost me. Because if Rachel was literally like, here's what I want for Christmas, and I was like, right, yeah, off I go, and I've got 300 quid, and what she wants for Christmas is 600 pounds. I'm like, right, well, I'm in trouble here. I'm going to overspend, right? Next thing, I'm going to be whacking stuff on a credit card. Don't want to do that, right? I just want to buy stuff and pay for it. And that's, I always look at calories and money as the same, kind of the same thing, if that makes sense, Anyway, there we go. I'm out for dinner tonight, but I've planned already and chosen a vegetable curry. Yummy. There you go. So you can, when you know what you're doing, just have a little look through and decide what you fancy eating, put it in your app, and then you can work backwards from there. And what I mean by working backwards is, I've got to go, by the way. What I mean by working backwards is, let's say you've got 2,500 calories for Saturday because you've banked during the week and that's your extra calories. And let's say you've worked out what you're having for your tea and you might have put a couple of glasses of wine in there and whatever, and it's going to come to 1,500 calories, right? That means you've got 1,000 calories left for Saturday and you can work towards that, can't you? Your tea might come out at like 1,800 calories. So you've got 700 calories for the rest of the day. But in your mind, eye on the prize. I'll have a protein bar for my breakfast, 200 calories. I'll have a 500 calorie lunch. And then the next thing I'll have is when I go out for my tea. We can do that. We can work backwards, right? And I do that a lot. Work backwards because I'm a bit backwards. But I do. It was like yesterday. I was trying to figure out when I was going to go do this worth the calories on tour. And it ended up yesterday, it was just a good day to do it because my mum needs the car today till 3. And I was like, I don't want to go to Nando's at 3 and then come home. So I was like, yeah, I'll do it yesterday. So literally, I put the wrap in into my app in the morning. Right now, I didn't track it through NutriCheck. I just quick added it because I had a look on the website. It was 843 calories, so I just quick added it. In the video, you'll see I do it through NutriCheck, and the calories are slightly different. But I just quick added it. Lunch, 843 calories, Nando's wrap. Bang, that's in there then. And then that deducts, and I know I only wanted to have about 2,100 calories yesterday. So like the wrap's nearly 900. Now I know I've got for the rest of the day. I then planned my tea, put my tea in, which was, I think, about 700 calories. And then that tells me what I can have from my yogurt bowl. So I didn't have my peanut butter on my yogurt bowl yesterday because I didn't have the calories for it. So these are little things that will just keep us on track, you know? What do you think of intermittent fasting? Waste of time. Why do it? It doesn't improve fat loss. It doesn't improve any. It has no health benefits. It has no fat loss benefits. When calories are maxed, whether you're fasting or not, weight loss is the same. Now, don't get me wrong. If you don't want to eat breakfast, don't eat breakfast, and that will save you calories to use later on in the day or more calories for lunch and dinner. But it's the routine that we've got to be wary of. Because when you say, right, I'm going to intermittent fast and I'm only going to have an eating window of 12 till 8, bang, that's locked in then. What about the days where you wake up hungry in the morning and you generally are, I'm genuinely hungry, I want to eat some food, right? Or, you know, or you decided to get up early and go to the gym. You normally go to the gym after work, but you know what? I'm wide awake. Let's go to the gym this morning, right? Now, I'm not saying you need more fuel, more calories on a gym day, but it is quite common for people to refuel the body after training. You want carbs and protein going in within 2 hours. So what happens if you go to the gym 7 till 8? What, you can't eat then till 12? You know, that's going to be detrimental to your training and your body composition. So, you know, what about you intermittent fasting and the kids want to make you breakfast in bed? No, not interested in intermittent fasting. It's just not sustainable. What about intermittent fasting and it's your wedding anniversary on Saturday night and your husband or your wife books a table for 7:30? What are you gonna do? I can't eat after 8 o'clock. So if we go at 7:30, you know, well, no, I thought we'd have a bit of a night out, sorted out babysitters. They're going to the mums, you know, going to your mum's overnight. It's our wedding anniversary. Right, I thought we'd go and have a nice meal, have a glass of wine, go back to our local, have another couple of drinks, have a chat to people. I've arranged for a couple of friends to come and see us as well. Well, I'll just drink water then. I'll have a starter, might get that out by 8 o'clock, and I'll just drink water after 8. How does that work? Right? And I'm not saying you have to drink alcohol or anything like that, but what, you can't even have an orange juice, a J2O or something. It's just not a sustainable weight loss method. It just isn't. And if I was sat here now, and if it was like, no, if you intermittent fast, it doubles fat loss, doesn't, right? And it has loads of extra health benefits, doesn't, then it might be worth something that looking at, but it really doesn't. It does nothing different than just, you know, whether you eat 2,000 calories between 12 p.m. and 8 p.m., or you eat 2,000 calories between 9 a.m. and 10 p.m. The only, I suppose, advantage is it gives you a smaller eating window, and that does make it easier to control calories, but in an unsustainable way. So it's never going to be a long-term solution. Long-term issue will always require a long-term solution. And these crazy fad diets just aren't it. Right, guys, I've got to go. I really have got to go. I've got to be back in 2 hours, and I've got to go to Blackpool to Asda and to Co-op and to the gym and train and then be back because my mum needs the car at 11:45. Guys, it's been a pleasure as always. At 5 p.m. this evening, I'll be back. You guys on Planner in the Community. If you're not on Planner in the Community, why are you not on Planner in the Community? Come to get signed up. TikTok profile, click on my Linktree, Facebook page, YouTube page, Instagram, Linktree. Click on that. First time my Linktree is an inquiry form. Just touch base with me. Hi, Neil. Send you on TikTok, send you on Facebook, send you on YouTube. Can I get some details? And I'll send you details on my one-to-one plan. Get signed up and you can come and join the Weight Loss Coaching Live tonight at 5 p.m. And we are doing navigating from now up until Christmas. It can be quite a busy time. It can be quite overwhelming. Oh, I've got markets, I've got work, Christmas too, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to teach you today how to navigate that. Not just in an approach, but in a mindset. That's at 5 p.m. today. Come join the plan and you can come and join that live. TikTok, I'll see you later. Have a great Thursday. If you only follow me on social media, I'll see you tomorrow morning. Probably 9:30, 10ish. I'll be on tomorrow morning. TikTok will sign up to you first. And yeah, Facebook, YouTube, I will be on tomorrow morning at some point, probably 9:30, 10ish. Sat here doing the live. Last one of the week. Have a great Thursday.